What's going on, guys? It's Issa, and today I have a really special topic that I want to talk about that I think is probably one of the most important topics that I'm going to be talking about on this channel. And this is something that I believe anyone can use in their life, whatever the profession, whatever it is. But the topic today is going to be about discipline. Now, discipline comes in all different shapes and sizes, but essentially what discipline is doing something consistently for a long period of time, no matter how you feel, right? At least that's the definition that I think about when I think of discipline. You see, as humans, let's say, growing up, if you're like me, growing up, you used to watch movies like the Rocky movies, or maybe the Terminator movies, Predator, like where it was like these big, strong, macho men, and they would have like kind of these training montages where they would work hard and train, and that would get you motivated to want to go out and train and work hard. And you want a six pack, you want muscles, you want all of that. However, when you're in the gym or you start training to do whatever you want to do, we have this initial motivation to want to be great, to want to strive. But eventually, that fire in us kind of burns out. It burns out. So what is discipline at that point? Well, discipline comes in and it says, hey, I don't care how I'm feeling today. No matter what I'm feeling, I'm going to continue to strive and continue to be great and show up, right? And I think this is one of the strongest points, and it ties everything together, right? Because when you have an idea, you have a dream, and you believe that you're going to accomplish this dream, you believe you're going to be consumed, and this dream is going to happen, you need discipline also in believing in that dream. It's not just going and being in one moment and one day and saying, I'm going to get it, this and that. No, you have to consistently think about what you want to do in this life, and the discipline comes in consistently believing it even when life shows you that there's no way it's going to happen, right? Because that's another form of discipline. It's not just physical, it's mental. A lot of the greatest people in this world, some of the most successful people in this world, all of them are great at discipline. They have fantastic discipline. When I think of discipline, I think of one name. I think of Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Everyone knows who Cristiano Ronaldo is, but if you don't know, he's one of the greatest football players or soccer players of all time. And he's really known for his work ethic and his discipline towards the game of soccer. And what I admire about Cristiano Ronaldo is he always preaches good habits. He's always preaching about discipline. He's always preaching about staying the course. And I think someone like him, success is, as he puts it, it's not a coincidence. It's something that builds up over time. And Cristiano Ronaldo is a perfect example of discipline because he always drinks water. He stays away from sugary foods. He's always eating good, eating good amount of meals, eating healthy meals, staying away from fatty foods. He's training almost every day, but not only is he training every day, but he's recovering good as well. He takes his recoveries, and it's not just like a constant grind and this and that. And that takes discipline, actually. To tell your body to stop, that's discipline as well. I struggle with that, and I think, a lot of other athletes that are used to training all the time, 100%. Sometimes you have to train, 50, 60%, 2-3 days just to let your body recover, and then you go back into training 100%, and he's really good at that. And he also has a discipline in his mindset. He doesn't let anything that he can't control or anything that just doesn't help him and negative enter his mind. And that's a discipline in itself as well, because I feel like when we think of discipline, we think of people that consistently go to the gym, eat healthy, this and that. But I also like to look at it from the mental and the kind of spiritual plane of things, where they're so headstrong mentally that physically it just follows. You get what I'm saying? And I think when a person is mentally disciplined, physically it becomes easier. I know in today's society, we have a lot of these kind of like the Andrew Tates or the David Goggins and all of that stuff. And everyone has their own opinion on what, they agree with what they say, what they don't agree with. I don't really care, but like for instance, one thing about David Goggins, like stay hard, to me he's an example of also someone that has really good discipline. Obviously, you don't want to go out and destroy your legs like he does. He's really crazy for that. I mean, kudos to him. He's very mentally strong up there. But I think someone that can have just a little bit of that discipline will make everything much better. So then, what are some tips I can give you guys for being more disciplined? Well, I think the first important thing is you want to start with the sleep. You want to go to bed at the same time, and you want to wake up around the same time, right? Now, for me, I typically like to sleep pretty early. My window is anywhere from 9:30 to 10:45. So I'm usually sleeping somewhat in the middle there. And I'll wake up realistically maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. So yeah, I do sleep a lot. I get maybe, I would say anywhere from 9 to 11 hours of sleep. So technically on average it's 10. And that includes naps. And I try to do it every day. Now, I know as a college student, it's hard. So I would first fix your sleep. Number one, fix the sleep. Because once you get a sleep schedule, waking up early, if you want to wake up early, becomes so much easier because your body starts to adapt. At first, you obviously, it's going to shock the body, but you have to adapt. After you get your sleep schedule, you then want to write down kind of your day, right? So for me as a college student, I look at my classes and I look at my training, right? So I'll give an average day, like on a Tuesday, right? I'll have a morning class at like 9:30, finish that. Then I come back, get ready, have training, come back. I'm sorry, on my class, and I have makeup lift because I can't attend my team lift. And then I'll have training with my team. And then after that, come back, shower, go right to class. And then that pretty much ends the day there. So again, structuring out your day, look at what time you start work, looking at what time you start your school and your other activities. And once you know your schedule, it kind of becomes second nature what you do, right? Because you keep doing that same routine. And that consistency leads to discipline, right? And then after you do that, you want to start focusing on, let's say you want to lose weight or something. Start focusing on your diet. You start looking at what you eat. Pay attention to what foods give you energy, what foods make you lethargic. Should you eat a big meal in the morning and then a smaller dinner? Or are you someone that doesn't like to eat breakfast, but rather eat lunch and dinner, right? So these are little things that we have to consider. And all the most successful people in whatever endeavor and whatever place or whatever endeavor they're good at, they all have consistency, but they all understand themselves as well. And there's the discipline to show up on time, the discipline to do the extra work, the discipline to eat right, the discipline to have the mental strength and the belief and faith that whatever they're doing is going to work out for them. And that to me is the most important one, because there are a lot of successful people that have a lot of vices, whether it's they partied a lot, whether it's they ate really bad, but they're still very successful. They all share that same thing where it comes down to the mental belief and faith, because that, to me, what I've observed is the all-encompassing thing that separates average from good to great. Great people have innate belief no matter what. Good people depends on the circumstances. And then obviously people that are not as good or great, they obviously consistently have self-doubt, which is normal, by the way. But it's just how long do you bathe in that self-doubt? Because great people have it, I think, more so than than average people. Great people have doubts probably all the time. It's just they acknowledge it and they snap out of it and they're like, no, I'm great, I can do this. And I think sometimes the average people just bask in that negativity, and life just kind of says, hey, you're just a negative person. That's all you're going to get. But anyway, there's a quote that I saw, actually. I was scrolling through TikTok, and one of these little these poster things popped up where you can buy them on TikTok shop. And one of the quotes, and I wrote it down here because it stuck with me, is discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments, which I 100% agree with. And it stuck with me because discipline is showing up consistently, showing up to do the hard things, showing up when you don't want to show up, listening to your body, listening to what you need to do, adjusting to the circumstances around you. That is discipline, right? And that is going to bring you success. Consistently doing what you need to do at any point in time, no matter what you feel or how you feel, being consistently driven, being consistently pushing yourself is discipline. Doing things that other people don't want to do is discipline, right? So it's up to you. You can either be great or you can be average, but one thing is certain: to be great, you need discipline. It's almost impossible to be great without having discipline, I think. Because sure, maybe in the physical realm, you're not consistent or you're disciplined, but if you're mentally disciplined, who knows what's going to happen? Same thing vice versa, right? If you're physically disciplined, but you're mentally not there, it doesn't work like that. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, it was great. Remember, guys, stay disciplined, have faith and belief that you can do anything in this world. I believe in you, but do you believe in yourself? Anyway, guys, thanks. Take care. Stay headstrong, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.